our next committee meeting is August 18th, which we're encouraging as much attendance as possible. Just because that's going to be the final product as far as, hey, this is what we're advocating to present to council. If any of the council is unable to attend, we would gladly meet with them on a one basis, or if y'all want to get together 2-on-1 or what have you, or even the public, our phone numbers and our emails are listed, where we really would like to get some dialogue as far as what's happening with the park to finalize the plan. September 1st, we will have completed construction drawings. We'll be ready to put everything out to bid. So that's kind of the date that we've been shooting for. We are on schedule. The bid process will immediately start at that time, and then we'll start moving some dirt after approval from the city and in compliance with the city's approval. Start moving some dirt after the football field. They're using the football field right now. My understanding, we've had that parking problem. Chief Hamilton and I talked about it, that they've reduced the amount of kids that are down there. And I spoke to the president of the Football Association today, but then I talked to Dr. Sun last Thursday. Evidently, it was we had a problem again. I know everybody's wondering, hey, what's the cost? What's the cost? We right now, what the professionals are telling us, between 1.3 and 1.7. I've got an opinion on that. I think we've got a hold of what the professionals are indicating right now. Once again, September 1st, we'll put that up to hard bid, and we'll have hard numbers at that point. I can tell you, from being in the private sector, in the construction business right now, the bid process, we're in a favorable bid climate right now. So I think those numbers, we'll know those numbers soon enough. The Friends of the Park, Larry, you want to take on?
Yeah, we also have some activity that's taking place with the Friends of the Park. They've organized and have pretty much started a fundraising effort that we'll talk about in just a couple of seconds. What we'd like to do is lead you through where we were the last time. This is the plan that I showed you the last time that we were here. This was Plan E, and that's pretty much the same way as it is now with certain kinds of changes. If you look at this drawing, this is relatively the same drawing. This is the one that's most current. I got this today. Some of the trails have changed to account for some trees and also the playground area. And what I'd like to do is to zoom in a little bit on some of that material. It's difficult to see there. Down in this corner over here is where the present parking lot is. And I'd like to kind of remind you that we don't really know what the water volume is in that area other than rainfall. There is, we have approval to drill a well. The well will be drilled out here in the southwest corner, and that well will then be tested, and we'll know a little bit more about the sustainability of a pond. And if the pond is not able to be, then it will remain the parking lot there. So I'd like you to be able to see that this set of plans is really kind of a convertible plan. This plan, we could very well have a pond in like a phase 2, and then in that case the parking lot would be moved over here. This is a 99 parking space parking lot. This part in here in the center, I'm going to zoom in on this and talk about that in a second, but I'm going to escape from this just a bit so I can go here, and this is our zoom in. Again, that's the pond that's over there. This little building over here is one of those recommendations we got while we were in one of the committee meetings. In fact, Mayor Kravitz brought that up about these small pavilions to help with family reunions. That's one of them. I'll scroll across and you'll see another one here in just a little bit. There's one up there in that corner over there. This is still the pavilion, the same pavilion as we talked about before. A little bit of a difference in the pavilion as from the last time. This area down here that's closest to the road, which is down at the bottom of your screen, this area here would be kind of a service area / storage area. There would not be any equipment that would be for cooking food and that sort of thing, although there would be an outlet for something like a microwave to heat a hot dog or something like that. On this end over here, this is kind of a barbecue area. These are two barbecue pits. These two areas that you see here would be rolling gates that would roll down, as would the rolling gates in front of this service area that you see down here. I'll do the playscape in just a little bit, and then we're over here to the restroom area. This octagon-shaped building is the restroom area, and I'm going to zoom in on that, or at least try to. There we go. And in that area, you can see that there are 4 stalls in the ladies' side over here, and 2 wash basins, and 4 units over on the men's side, 2 urinals and 2 commodes, and cleanup over there. And all of this will be under roof. In previous drawings, it was kind of an open air top, but it'll all be under roof and sealed. So if I then go back the other way, and one more, and over here is the parking lot area. That's the 99 space parking area. This black spot right over here would be the sign where people would drive into the park, and that would be the sign that they see. It would be very similar to the monument sign that's right out here in front of that flagpole. About that same size. I have a drawing of that coming up just a second. Okay, in front of where the restroom building is, this is an area over here where donor bricks can be installed, and I'll talk more about those in just a little bit. In addition to that, there are some rooms in some of the intersections right there where we could have some other kinds of bricks that are commemorative bricks that folks could donate to the park and have a brick in their name in a couple of places in the park. There are about 3 or 4 of these locations. From there, this is a kind of a mock-up of what we are going to have for the monument sign. It's about 4 foot 2 inches tall, and basically like that.
We're required to have that sign because of the previous funding, Texas Park and Wildlife. For right now, we don't have that sign. It's not that it's that critical, but that will put us in compliance with the grant that we have for Texas Park and Wildlife.
The next one over here is a little bit on some of the amenities. This is the backstop area for the baseball field. This would be modified so that the lower section is hingeable, and it will take and come up in the event of water. This is the bleachers area, 10 levels of bleachers, not very wide, but 10 levels tall. It would be directly behind home plate, behind this area right here. To the right, just a little bit, very difficult to see, but there's a picture of one of the barbecue, suggested barbecue pits. There's a suggested trash can over there, and then we have a park bench to the right of that, and then a picnic table over here. And one of the things that I should point out while I'm here, and I'm going to go back to this first one, the entire park is made to be fully accessible. You'll notice that even this little thing right here, if I can zoom in on that, this little thing right here is a picnic table, and it has access for wheelchairs on the end of it right there. So it's a fully accessible park. This is the budget. You saw this budget back in June. This is still the same budget, and it still has the same values of approximately 1.3 to 1.7 million. And we really won't know what we can say the cost will be until we go out to bid. And once we do that, and I know that folks are anxious to hear whatever that is, but the reality of it is until we get final plans and we get them to contractors, we don't know what that is. We believe we're in the bidding time that's advantageous to it, but at the same time, it's really tough for us to forecast beyond that. But I think we are very safe in saying that it will not go above that. Okay, then let me go back to PowerPoint, and let me go to that. This particular set of drawings, this is an overview of the building that is scheduled to be out there. Kenny is just finishing up with his plans. The pavilion is the largest piece, and these are actual sizes of human beings, adults and children, that would be in comparison as you look at each of the various buildings. You have seen this set of plans before, so I'm going to go through them kind of rapidly. Approximately 9,000 square feet. Remember, these two ends have changed slightly from what they were before. Yes, please.
Larry, on the main pavilion, Originally, the engineer was looking at, that would be an engineered, one-of-a-kind building. Since then, we have gotten feedback from metal building manufacturers that basically that would be a pre-engineered building. And so
Stock,
that would-
a
A stock building, so that would actually save some cost.
bringing down the cost tremendously.
And the budget still, that we have is still on the old.
On the old estimate.
Be aware of that. This is the gazebo, and these are where the restrooms would be back here, but the pitch of the roof in the back would take and slope over the top of this. And these are adult-sized people and children, so you get a comparative view of what that would look like. Not necessarily with Bulverde Community Park on the surface, however, that's approximately 2,400 square feet, and there's the restroom facility that we were talking about just a little while ago. Then the small pavilions, that's again the size of what they would be. Inside of each of those small pavilions would be 2 picnic tables, and this is actually 4 picnic tables, 2 sets of 2. And this is approximately 25-foot square in here, so it's a pretty good size, 625 square feet.
All the pavilions and the gazebos and the main pavilion will be on grade. An architect for some reason likes the steps, but they'll be all on grade, which also reduces costs.
This is a little bit of a graphic that I got from Kenny today about some of the playscapes. One of the important things, as you can well imagine here in the Texas sun, is some shade cover, and these are some examples of the shade covers that will go over a good amount of the equipment, although not all of that. And then you can see some of the other playground equipment that would be used, and these are actual pictures of the kind that have been designed in. These arrows point not necessarily to these same ones and where they're located, but nevertheless there, and you can see here we even have the areas where somebody who is a wheelchair can find.
The playscape areas have been divided from a 2 to 5 year old section and also a 5 to 12 year old. They've been segregated somewhat for 2 to 5 and 5 to 12.
I would like to talk briefly about the Friends of the Park. We have had some tremendous advancement, thanks to our chairperson, Mary Harrison, just a wonderful lady. We are set to begin fundraising in September at the Jubilee. But prior to that, as we have gone this far already, we have received a $3,000 donation from a trust fund. On the immediate horizon is a $5,000 donation from a corporation that at the present time we can't name. And then we also received $1,000 from a private family who will be announced at a later date. So fundraising is already on the way. We are going to be selling memberships to the Friends, very similar to the Friends of the Library. We are also going to seek people who are interested in sponsoring amenities such as park benches and flagpoles and stuff. We'll have T-shirts that we're going to sell that have the park's logo on it, and then we're looking at a campaign of commemorative bricks, very similar to what's being done over at the Senior Center and also at the library. This is some examples of layouts, not necessarily our layouts. I showed you where 2 of them were just a little while ago. Bricks might look something like that, either in honor of somebody or in memory of somebody, or perhaps just a congratulations for finishing college or high school, whatever the case might be. So some samples of that, and in a nutshell, that's what we have. Hopefully we didn't take up too much of your time. Questions? Yes, sir.
Did I hear correctly a while ago when you said that the bleachers are gonna be 10 levels high?
10 seats high.
So how high is that?
Take it
It's
Is it like
about
10 feet?
It's about 7 feet tall. About 7 feet tall.
How-
The chair is typically 19 inches, so you would multiply that by 90